Yeah, look at that. I don't believe the title either. Ronin Expo is actually happening this year with some slight variations to the original plan. On my award-winning video, I did not go to Ronin Expo, there is a comment by Johnny D stating that they moved it to August 13th. They just didn't tell anyone unless they bought a ticket ahead of time. So Johnny D, without you, this video literally could not have been possible because I haven't seen any ads for it anywhere. And I know Google Ads has all of my information and I'm like the targeted audience for this. I would have liked to know, but that's fine. Keep your secrets. So with the new date and the new venue, Ronin Expo 2022 is a go. And that is where we went. Super quick, Ronin Expo 2022 is a one-day event that was held on August 13th in the Little Tokyo district of Los Angeles. It started at 11 a.m. and went on until 9 p.m. Those hours are insane, and I'm not going to stay for that long. I went to the first Ronin Expo, and that was pretty fun from what I remember, and I tried going to the one earlier this year, but again, they just didn't tell anyone that they moved the date, and now we're here. So let's talk about the tickets super quick. The tickets that were previously purchased were transferable. Passes bought before August 12th were $15, and the day of were $20. Kids were free. Price-wise, that is pretty cheap, although we don't know what we're going to be getting exactly. And on top of that, it is being held in the Little Tokyo area, which is a haven for otaku culture. They moved it from Little Tokyo proper to the Terasaki Budokan, which I've actually never heard of, like ever. So I headed out to the convention. Thank God gas prices are finally coming down. I live in California, alright? Go easy on me. And after parking at our usual spot, which I will not disclose but is very cheap, it is about a 5-minute walk behind Weller Court. And here we are in line. In total, we waited about 20 minutes in line. Although it was 95 degrees outside, so that is the trade-off. But have no fear, there was snacks and water waiting for us in line. After 20 minutes, we got to the front of the line, got our vaccinations checked and our passes, and we were good to go. Now, let's talk about the convention, but super quick, let's talk about the map that they provided. It's a PDF that hurts to look at. There were no physical maps or programs being handed out. So the PDF is really bare bones, but I guess it gets the job done. There's a main floor and a second floor. The main floor has the cellar space, tabletop gaming, video games, as well as the plaza stage where performances are being held. Here's the gaming area sponsored by World 8-1. It was basically just a bunch of fighting games that you got together and played with your friends. I would like to see more of a variety in the games presented. I mean, we had Guitar Hero 2. That's something. And at the very top, we have the playground, Summoner's Cafe, Pop Umai, and some food. Here's Pop Umai with the Genshin Impact display. Here are different cookies. Now, I see them at a lot of different conventions, but I never actually bought one of the cookies. So here we have a Ganyu chocolate chip cookie that we are going to buy. They didn't have Ganyu, so I had to settle. And here's a shot of the menu. A lot of different Genshin Impact themed drinks and foods. I should probably pick that up. Not my job though. The programming is split between two different areas, the Plaza stage and the Terasaki Budokan, and there's another one held at the Little Tokyo Library. Yes, that is not connected to the main building like at all. It is a little short walk, which is kind of annoying, but it wasn't that bad. Although, it was 95. So now it's a good time to talk about the panels and the events. They are all fan panels. I did see Origami Flagship in the Plaza stage. They were a band. And in the programming room in Little Tokyo, I went to go see the Maid Cafe and the Gunpla 101 building. There was also some voice acting guests. Richard Epcar, who is a goddamn legend, was there. I know him from Bobo Bobo Bobobo and Konata's dad from Lucky Star. You may know him from literally anything else, but Joseph's Joestar is his big current role. Mara Lee, who is the voice actress of Tosaka, Lifeline from Apex Legends, Kanata from Demon Slayer, and Melascula from Seven Deadly Sins was also there. Not the most stand-outish, but respectable guests in their own right. There was only 4. It was an indie convention. What do you want? And with that out of the way, here is basically what I did. Yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna go to this. Might be cool. It's like a swap meet. Swap meet? Yeah. Genshin and Hololive. There's some Hololive stuff over here on the side. High five? I saw those mouse pads.
Oh yeah, dust mats. Yeah, I need like a really long one.
I don't need one anymore because at AX I got the Azure Lane one, and it's fucking huge. I was gonna buy it as a playmat. So this is too big as a playmat. It's like 3 feet long.
Yeah. Yeah. For Andy, I love these stickers. These are super cool. There's a. I want that one. The Bacardi Soda one. Yeah. There's a. Last time I saw them, I said I was gonna buy one, but I didn't.
I get ads for them on Instagram.
Oh, there's a guy selling corn.
Oh, really?
I think it's over here. Dude, that's fucking sick.
Ooh.
A Chainsaw Man shirt.
Spoiler alert, I bought it and I'm wearing it right now.
I almost grabbed the small pad. It's not mine.
That's funny. Oh, they're cute. $10? Oh shit, I think that's, what's it called? Oh my god. Bromide size.
Is it?
Yeah, those are.
3.5 by 5 1/8.
Yeah, that's like every bromide, that's like a standard bromide size. Look at the onion. Oh, that's a keychain.
Giant keychain.
That thing's huge.
Yeah.
And while I was trying to get B-roll footage, wait a minute. Is that a Primo gem? And now it's time for the totally unscientific grading scale. We're bringing it back for this one because I'm a little salty about last time. We're gonna cover the convention hall, organization and backend, panels and entertainment, guests, and variety. Now, because this is an indie convention, I typically am a little more lenient on stuff, but because this is Ronin Expo and how they did me dirty, we're not gonna be that lenient. Am I bitter? Yes. Convention hall gets a 3. Now, convention halls are typically where points are given out like super easily, but there were 2 issues. One is the outside area. It was 95 degrees that day and the performance stage was outside with some sparse shading. The other was that the panel room was not in the main building. And if you didn't know about the panel room, you would have easily missed it, which we will get to a little later. Now, what was great about the hall was that it was in Little Tokyo. If you wanted to go get food, 5 minutes and you're gonna reach Weller Court, and 10 minutes and you're gonna reach Champion Curry, which is where we ate. I highly recommend this place. The one thing though is that you do have to pay remotely. This is a cash-free restaurant, but it's super good. I highly recommend it. Basically, the location that the convention was held was its saving grace. And possibly the most important thing, the bathrooms were clean and there was a refillable water station. Organization gets a 2. The tables were spread out evenly and there was a large walkway for traffic to go through. One of my issues was, again, the outside area. There was not a lot of shade for the community stage. The panel room was not in the main building, but they did what they could. If you actually went and like looked around, it doesn't look like there's any rooms for panels. In others that you were not given a schedule or a map or anything, you had to download the PDF that I mentioned earlier, but that was hidden on the website. It wasn't full and out front like most anime conventions. Some of my friends that were there had no idea there was a panel room or even a schedule. Also, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. is really long. Like, holy shit, I feel bad for the vendors that were there, especially if they didn't have anyone helping them out. Panels and entertainment gets a 2, so I went to 2 panels and 1 performance. The first panel, the Maid Cafe 101, was canceled, didn't tell anyone, but the performance was good and the other panel that I went to was pretty damn good as well. The contents were good, the issues were the sound. Yes, it is a smaller convention, can't be mad at it too much, but the mixing on the performance wasn't that great. Outside performances really depend on monitors for the sound to travel out and for the bands to be able to hear themselves. They didn't have any monitors. In the panel room, the PA for the Gundam panel was pretty damn dodgy. There was a huge buzzing sound that they kind of fixed near the end, but it was still slightly there and the volume was not as loud as I would prefer. I sat in the front and it was still a little hard to hear. Now, all of these are not faults of the actual performance or the actual panels. This is all kind of like the convention. So again, the performance and the panel, phenomenal. Loved it. Learned a lot about Gundam. From what I understand, that there were some cancellations for some of the panels and the performances. That is out of the convention's control, and I totally understand. When I was hanging out with some friends, we went to the community stage and they had a segment about the top 5 and the worst 2 fandoms, which is not a thing that I'm going to entertain. Guests gets a 3. They had guests. That is what's important. Not the biggest names, but still some big names. There was also Asayoro Maid Cafe, which I did make a video on. Go check it out, please. They also had Pop Umai, as well as Summoner's Cafe, which is a traveling maid cafe, as well as some cosplayers doing signings and stuff. It was pretty good. Variety gets a 2. There was a decent amount of stuff to do, but when you did everything, that is it. You did everything. And it didn't take that long to do everything. We ended up going to Little Tokyo proper to hang out, to do some extra shopping, which is a little rough. Like, shouldn't the shopping and the hanging out be done at the convention? There was a scavenger hunt that you could have skipped and just paid money to get a prize, which is pretty funny. It's literally IRL gacha games. So basically, when you're done doing what little was there, you did some shopping, you'd leave, go to Little Tokyo, get dinner, hang out. Again, don't eat at cons unless you really have to. So in total, I was there by myself for about 40 minutes, did everything. My friend came over, did everything in about an hour or so. We left, got food. I came back, hung out with another group of friends for like about 40 minutes, and then left again. Not a lot to do. If you have long feet like me, you'll get everything done in about 40 minutes or so. So in total, this is gonna get a 2 out of 5, but we're bumping it up to a 3 out of 5 because it's in Little Tokyo and Little Tokyo makes everything better. Either way, it was a decent time, but for $20 at the door, I don't know, that's a little too much, especially when everything could be done in about 40 minutes or so. I think 15 at the door and $10 at pre-sale would have been a little better. Also, there were some vendors that just didn't show up. There were some blank spots here and there. And as I mentioned on the channel, a convention experience isn't just the convention itself. It's the before, it's the after, and the surrounding areas. It was super easy to get in. I had a lot of fun hanging out with my friends at the convention and at Little Tokyo. Hopefully next year they get more of their ducks in a row and not kind of do this like super last minute, because this did feel kind of rushed. And that is where we're going to end today's video. Thank you all for watching. Did you go to Ronin Expo 2022? Did you get sunburnt? Because honestly, I think I kind of did. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more convention and anime related stuff. Thank you all for watching. Catch y'all on the next one, which I believe is Collecticon.